Understanding what our seasonal patterns are will help you find better deals, avoid bidding wars, and also time when your negotiation power might be better, particularly if you have a home sale contingency coming from another area. Hey guys, this is Erin. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, hit that like button, click subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video. Hey there, my name is Erin Melton and welcome to Living in Richmond, Virginia. Ooh, a hot topic for you. Everyone always says, oh, the only time to buy it in a home is in spring and summer because that's the only time we're gonna have inventory. Newsflash, that's the cool thing about Richmond, Virginia. With us having our 4 seasons, we've got homes all year round. What a realtor response. It's a great time to buy, it's a great time to sell. No, really, we've got housing available for you at all times. So let's dig in there, see what is the best time for you based on your particular circumstance. So our market has remained competitive, but is shifting. Understanding what our seasonal patterns are will help you find better deals, avoid bidding wars, and also time when your negotiation power might be better, particularly if you have a home sale contingency coming from another area, which a lot of my YouTube clients are. Let's look at a market snapshot for early 2025 to where we are in 2026. Our median sales price for the entire area of the Richmond, Virginia area was approximately $388,375, which was down about 3.5% from the year earlier, which indicated a slight cooling after previous price growth. I am going to give you a little bit of a perspective on that. As a whole, for our entire area, we saw prices still, or for the United States, saw the price increase sort. We have not seen decreases in pricing. We have simply seen more inventory come onto the market, and we're also taking every kind of property into account. Homes are typically selling around 19 to 25 days on the market. Inventory remains tight with around 1.7 to 2.5 months worth of supply. And again, we're going off of late data for from December 2025 to where we are at this point. Sale to list ratios are still nearly at 100%, meaning homes are often selling at listing or possibly in certain areas, and very, very possibly in certain areas, for much more. So let's talk about when would be the best season for you to buy. Naturally, our winter season typically is December to February, and I'm finding from 2025 to where it was in 2026, we are holding very true to that, whereas we have been back in the past few years where our spring market started. We were lucky if we got out of January without our spring market starting right in February. So getting a little bit more to that typical winter market. Inventory tends to be a little bit lower during this time, obviously in comparison where things spring and summer, most definitely. But people that are listing their properties during the winter months are going to put things up and they're ready to get things done. Keep that in mind. You're gonna face less competition for sure. For people that are kind of casually looking over there, well, we're thinking about doing it in the new year. A lot of people, if they're not finding exactly what they want, or they're like, hey, I wanna get some things together, I wanna try to get my house sold, it's not selling well over in this area, we're just gonna put it back in the spring and they might stop for a while. This is a good time if you're looking for a little bit less rush, you gotta do things. So a great strategy that I always give to people is use the slower market, the activity to negotiate terms that are better for you. For instance, we have definitely seen in our Richmond area the return of being able to negotiate a home inspection contingency, negotiating your appraisal contingency, possibly even getting you some closing costs, and most importantly, making sure that you're working with the right agent that knows how to negotiate properly and still help you come out of pocket as little as possible for help working with your buyer's agent. Let's talk more about that later. Our spring market is definitely, just like everywhere else for the most part, would be March to May. It traditionally brings the largest influx of new listings. My goodness, for 2026, we have some phenomenal listings that have come on the market. I am constantly going into MLS and going, oh, this is a great house. Who do I know that's looking for something, or who's going to call me Jedi mind trick, so that I can get you into one of these great homes. And something that is really great for people to know that our higher end properties, there are so many other options this year than there have been in years past. And these are nice properties, not like, what is this piece of crap? Beautiful, beautiful properties. Above $1 million that will knock your socks off. And I know with 100% certainty, you take 1.5 million, what you can buy in the Richmond area, even in our very hot areas, and compare that to what you can get an hour and a half, 2 hours more in the Nova area, you're gonna move to Richmond, Virginia real fast. But you will have more choices for sure to choose from in the Richmond area during the spring season for sure. However, our buyer turn up always ticks up. Always ticks up. So you are going to have more competition, particularly in high demand areas such as near West End, such as the Glen Allen area zone for, say, Deep Run High School. Definitely are going to see a high tick up on things and a lot of competition for properties, say, over in the Midlothian area that are zoned in Midlothian High School. So, of course, historically, just like anywhere else, things sell a little bit faster in the spring, no question about it. More likelihood of there being multiple offers that could push prices past their highs. And in the areas I've just mentioned, these are very desirable areas. So strategy would be, let's start a little earlier. Let's get going, say, in February, and be out there March and ready to pounce. Oh, more importantly than ever, the best thing is to come into the area to house hunt and be pre-approved. So you are ready to jump, because you probably are going to find things. And more importantly, if you start a little bit earlier on in the year in that winter season, we could very well get you a home sale contingency negotiated for buying a home. It'd be great for you. So our summer market, of course, is the June through August. We tend to have high activity, just like in the spring, with very strong buyers. New listings continue to come on. And your competition can be a little bit hotter in certain areas, particularly as the school schedules start coming up. Trying to make sure with your relocation, if it's going to work, sort of thing. We tend to have a very high number of homes that are selling at list price or above. That shows a little bit more demand. I am going to give you a little bit of advice though, where we see a little bit of a turn down. Very often, even in our hot areas, if you get into the June market just past as someone listed right at, say, Memorial Day, a lot of things that are happening right during that time. You have a lot of graduations going on. You have a lot of, either private or for the public schools. You also have a lot of people maybe starting vacations. You have weddings. You have all the different things that are going on during that time. And we will see a little bit of a tick down. And for the inexperienced seller and their agent that they're working for, or depending on where they're planning to go, they get antsy when their house has been on the market for 15 days or 20 days. That's too long. Perfect spot for you to pounce and get a great deal on a property right in June. Several YouTube buyers, I'll connect you with them so they can tell you that's in fact exactly the case. Another little strategy for you is if you are looking to get in a home but still trying to get in before schools start, here's a little hack for you. For one, we also tend to see a little bit of a tick down in activity or things taking a little bit longer to sell as we go into the mid part of August. And why is that? And then we'll see it kind of tick back up September once everyone has gotten their college kids back to school. Anyone who hasn't done their vacations, they're doing them now at this latter part of the season. So it's another great place to find some great buys out there because there's still people that are looking to sell. Another great tip for you, if you are not finding exactly what you need and you have to be looking during these hot markets and you're in a hot area that's super competitive, many of my folks, what we do is we set a drop dead date. I'm like, I don't want you to be homeless. If we need to go another year, you rent for a year and then we find you something, that's cool. It's all about finding the right spot. Once you determine together what is the best spot based on your priorities, what is really important for you, your family, your pets, whoever is important to you. We focus on that particular area and you get a short-term rental or even a year rental. Find out what the terms are for breaking the lease. A bunch of landlords are gonna be like, hey lady, what are you telling them? Make sure you know how it works out and how it would work for you advantageously, right? And also not to be a schmuck to your landlord. Make sure though that you get into something by our drop dead date. We wanna make sure you have it secured. 9 times out of 10, will there be something that comes up pretty soon after that? Of course. Doesn't matter, let's get you settled. It's better to make 2 moves than to be buying something that is not right for you or to wait to the last minute and then you can't find something to rent. a valid strategy and rent somewhere what is zoned for the schools that you know 100% sure, and also the area that you want to be. It's good to make that decision. Works out every time. Our fall season runs from September to November. Remember a little strategy I told you that things are going to be a little slower typically in September. Now last year was definitely not the case. We had a tick up, but we had kind of a sleepy summer. Our September was hot. Very different from other years. So anyways, but you do typically have a little bit of less of a buyer than buyers that are competing against things for the spring and summer. So it gives you the ability to maybe get a home sale contingency. All right, a great seasonal window for people is going to be late October to early November, where we might see sales fall. The people that are putting their house in the market during that time are doing so very consciously. And most of the people that are actually seriously looking during that time are doing things seriously. They're trying to get closed by the end of the year. Perfect time. Another thing to kind of keep in mind for our market as well, if you see people putting things up in the spring, particularly if it's the early end, anticipate in the Richmond area that many of these people are going to need a little bit of rent back, some seller possession. So this is an important thing as you're positioning your needs as well. Do you time when you close? Do you time when you're going to be moving here or maybe going into something short term or staying with some family a little bit longer to make sure you're giving yourself the best negotiation power for things? So a lot of people wait until their kids graduated before they actually move out. So here is your buying strategy for everyone to keep in mind for all the seasons. Winter, great thing to know. Lower competition, potentially have better negotiation and leverage. Bring your home sale contingencies to us. I can get them accepted for you. Your spring, you're gonna have your biggest inventory, but you're also gonna have your strongest demand and the quickest likelihood of there being price wars, a little bit of overbidding. And that is in the very, very hot area. Summer, continued high activity with some good choices, and you'll be ready to go if you are prepared. Keep in mind that even during the summer season, you might have some great little windows there in June and also in August, and still get yourself all registered for those schools if need be. Fall, you can balance between having some reduced competition and also some more favorable pricing options for you, even in some of the hot areas. Though it's important for us to look at what's going to be important for you. Practical tips for everyone, like I said, make sure you get pre-qualified for a mortgage before you start actually seriously looking. Time and time again, it is so important to do that. Part of why I can help my people get their offers accepted, even in very highly competitive situation, is that my team and I have a very distinctive strategy of how to do so. And part of that is making sure you are pre-approved. We are teamed up arm in arm with a great lender or anyone else you're working with. We're communicating beforehand. So when we put those offers in, those lenders are getting in touch with those listing agents right away to make sure they know how great you are on paper. Same thing. Talking a lot about home sale contingencies because that's a fact, and that's a wonderful thing for people coming to our area from other areas. You can actually get things accepted if we have the right things in place. We don't wait for a listing agent to ask for all of the details. We give them all of the details when we submit your offer, and that is a recipe for success. Because hey, I've been arm in arm with several different listing agents for my buyers' properties in other states and areas so that we can make sure to help them get their house sold, help them buy their house there, and then also the sellers that are here, help them sell their house and get into the new house that they're looking to do. Really important to do that. So not being a butt face when I go, okay, first steps. When we do our first Zoom, we'll be talking about what are the first steps, getting pre-qualified. And if you've bought a house before, you're like, well, no, Sherlock. No, it's super important here in the Richmond area so you can pounce. Making sure we're working together arm in arm to be tracking what's coming up, the neighborhoods that we need to be focused on, and narrowing those down. I help lots of buyers even find homes from afar if they need to get something before they actually come into the area, if they can't house hunt here. We can do setup times to FaceTime, look through, making sure we're doing things and helping you through the whole process the entire time. The most important thing is helping us narrow down exactly what you're looking for and doing our best to narrow down. Are we looking north of the river? Are we looking south of the river? Are we looking in a particular development for a particular school zone, a particular kind of house, a certain price point? It will help alleviate a lot of that stress and new shiny thing that's coming on there. Also, always, even people that have built their dream homes, their perfect homes, no matter what the season here is in the area, always know that it is human nature to go, ooh, something else, the one that got away. We're gonna be keeping you posted on things, even once you go under contract, so you know your options, all right? We're going to work on adjusting your expectations to make sure we're doing the very best job to help you find the right home for you and your family for sure. So in Richmond, no single perfect month guarantees that you're going to get a deal, but you can find some great deals in certain parts in the fall and winter, even certain times during the spring and definitely during the early part of the year that we can help you find the right one. Don't be discouraged if you have been beat out on homes, either in another area or in our area. Get in touch with us and we're gonna make sure we are going to have you in the right home for you this year. Thanks so much for tuning in, and remember, leave everything better. Once again, if this is your first time to our channel and you wanna learn everything there is to know about living in Richmond, Virginia, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and click that little bell so you're notified every time we release a new video.